Hello everyone and welcome back to Fireside Chats with Grant. As always, I'm joined here with my co-host Perdung or Jake. How are you feeling today, Jake?
I'm feeling good.
What was your week like?
My week wasn't as good as last week, so I didn't have my cool hat.
I forgot to write down a ton of stuff, so I wrote down a ton of stuff today. So, yeah. Jake? You know what? Let's do it early. Give me some animal facts on ducks. Get out your terminal. Beep boop 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 boop. Do it faster. Beep boop 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 beep boop. You gotta make the noises.
The duck is a number of the species in the
Just scratched my mic on accident.
Anidae family of birds. They are related to swans and geese. Ducks are mostly aquatic birds living in both fresh water and seawater. And found on every continent except Antarctica. A male duck is called a drake. A female duck is called a hen. And a baby duck is called a duckling. You know, like Drake as in God's plan. God's plan.
I got a story.
What's the story you have?
So it was this guy, right? His name was Grant. And he sat down for like 20 minutes and beat Mafia. Yeah, that's sort of what I did. I beat Mafia. I really liked it. I think my favorite character was Tom, main character. But yeah, I did do something really dumb this week.
What are you dumb?
Almost set myself completely on fire.
Cringe? Cringe? What are you, cringe?
Do you want to know what I did?
Yeah.
So, no. Boring story. Keep going. Yeah, I was like okay, my mom was like, Grant, so these boxes are on fire. And I was like, okay. It was windy and I had my small lighter and it wasn't working. So I got some like pine needles, right? And I put the pine needles there and it just wasn't lighting. So I got this tiki torch stuff, right? And I poured it on it and I lit it and I was like, oh, that needs to have a fire next to it to light it on fire. And my lighter is too small for that. So I was like, okay. Then I got some bug spray and I lit a small fire and I was like,
then I jumped into fire.
No, I got some bug spray and I lit the kindling on fire and I sprayed the bug spray and that just put it out. So I hit the bug spray with a shovel and I just dropped it on the fire. And then I got this old PVC cleaner, right? Really old, rusty. Poured it all over it, okay? And then I go up to it with my tiny lighter, so I have to get really close. And I spark it, and then it makes that exact noise. And like a flame 2 feet high bursts out, and I back up, and like my hair's all burnt now.
Cringe bullshit.
Not all of it. And like I back up, and like I jump 5 feet back, and the flame, like, I mean, not the flame, but the smoke is just black.
Did you stop, drop, and roll?
I didn't catch on fire, it's my hair was burnt, like, and yeah.
Word.
And because of that not hairspray, that bug spray just going tss, it was just making out the side. Don't do what I did. Oh my god, my mom was very mad at me that day.
Bro, she like, Grant!
And I called James like a second after it and I was like, James, I'm gonna set myself on fire. But yeah, it was actually pretty fun. You got any stories?
You heard of Butter Dog? It's dog with the butter on him.
Jake has not shut up about this video of a dog with a piece of butter on him and he's smiling.
Dog
And
with
that's it.
butter on 'em.
That is literally it.
Butter dog.
He will not stop talking about it. He repeats
It's
himself
called-
constantly. I think he has a mental illness.
It's
It's
called
just butter
butter
dog.
dog.
Dog with butter.
Dog with the
Butter
butter
dog. I mean, I don't know why he's so happy. Kind of scares me, you know? Like,
No,
dude,
he
why are you
likes
so happy?
butter dog.
I mean, just... I want Butter Dog to take legal action against the butter.
Why?
I mean, he's obviously on his head. I don't know if Butter Dog consented to having the butter on top of him.
I think he did. That's why he's happy about it.
Or he's putting up a face for the camera. Maybe Butter Dog is in a very abusive relationship with the butter.
Butter dog.
Butter Dog! But Jake,
Grant.
I had a long time ago, okay, Jake? There was not that long ago, like 2 Halloweens ago. I had this friend named Norman, and we would wait for the bus in front of my house, right? And we were selling this house, so... But it was in the Halloween section, so Norman laid on the ground in a dead body position. And I marked chalk around him on our driveway, and I put the tape around it. Like the police tape. And we had no decorations on the house. None at all. So it's just this crap scene. And people came to... And in front of the house, it's just this big old for sale sign. And all the lights were off because we lived in a different house, but I still went there for school. So
Man house.
it just looked like the person, like, it looks like someone just got ran over in front of the driveway, so they decided to sell the house. But Halloween's coming up, so me, Jake, and James, and Dante watches sometimes, have been playing 7 Days to Die. I really like the game, and Jake has been, he hates the game. He says that it's the worst thing he's ever played. And he will go on rants about how Terraria is much better. Can you explain yourself?
Butter dog.
I hate you. I really do. Some days, no, hot take on fire. No, I'm kidding, but I don't know. Do you actually not like the game or what?
I like the game, but I want to play Terraria.
I hung a skeleton.
Bro.
Like outside of our house, that same house, I wrote in bubble letters "scary house" and taped it onto it. I taped, so you just saw these pieces of paper and it just said "scary house" on front of our house. And then it rained and like half the letters fell off, so it just said "scary house."
Scary house.
It was so dumb. But yeah, I mean, and then
I guess you could say that the scary house
was scary. But you know what else was scary?
House.
I was like, how am I gonna decorate this? You know, like how people have like American flags hanging in front of their house.
Yeah,
We had a place for that, but we never really put up American flags because we don't have an American flag because we're not American. But
Because you're race.
Don't.
That was a lie. That was a joke. Grant Code does not condone racism.
So where you're supposed to hang an American flag, I just hung a skeleton. So I just hung him. Got bored, murder, that sort of thing.
Sad.
Yeah, but we went to recently, like a couple seconds ago. We went to we went to the grocery store, and I was just like, I'm gonna save this for the podcast because I didn't tell you. There was this kid, and he was crying his eyes out. And then his mom was like, I'm not getting you it. And he was hanging on to this like $50 bag of candy. The man wanted the Twizzler.
That guy's going places.
You know what else is going places, Jake?
Put it down.
No. The Dow Jones. I'm just kidding. The Dow Jones is a negative. It isn't a lot of negative. It is not doing good. But Home Depot up by $304.68.
What kind of marketing do you think they're doing to be in
Oh
the
my
negatives?
god. Nike is down $200.
Dang.
And like, bro, the Walt Disney Company is dumb.
Walt Disney. But
Yeah, they're not all doing that bad. Like, jeez, every time I look at Nike, it's always like they're up by 1 cent or they're down by 200. It's like crazy.
they must be doing some stuff with their shoes that the people aren't liking.
You know, these shoes are good, but I'm not sure if I want to buy them. It says gasoline infused.
I guess it just makes me run faster.
It's like they step on a used cigarette and then their feet ignite.
It
Start
gives
crying.
them the speed of 2.
It gives them the speed of 2 airplane. But Jake, speaking of airplanes, how many forest fires are there?
Okay, I gotta come up my
You're doing terminal.
Gotta- okay. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop.
Jake, I figured out something really bad while you're typing that in. You know the amazing auction that I went to?
I do remember the amazing auction.
They're
don't you?
only once a month.
What?
I know, it's awful. So, but Black Dungeons is gonna be just destroyed. I don't even know if I'll see Big Nick again.
What? No, not Big Nick. He was my favorite guy.
He was the only guy I knew the name of.
He was big, right?
He was big. I didn't want to take a picture of him because I was scared.
Hey, did you know that a wildfire, wildland fire, or rural fire is an unplanned, unwanted, uncontrolled fire in an area of combustible vegetation, starting in rural areas and
Combustible
urban areas.
vegetation. I need to open a store called Combustible Vegetation. It's like, ooh, this zucchini is such a good price, and they bite into it and on fire.
They don't even bite into it. They just place it in their house because it's decorative and then it just blows up.
Why? What man buys a decorative zucchini? Dude, I'm looking up. Shut up, Jake. That joke is worn more thin than my shoes are. I'm gonna look up decorative zucchini. How do you spell zucchini? Wait a minute. Zucchini.
Z.
Okay, decorative zucchini. Oh, they are things. It's like those weird squashes and stuff, you know?
It's like your
Cornutopias?
mama!
Yeah, it's like a cornutopia. Also, how dare you?
Also, yo.
Oh my god, people will people will get zucchinis and they'll paint them like snakes and put them in front of their house until they rot.
Oh.
I should have kept that for the news. That was just really funny. Just, oh, it's a snake. Oh, that's so creative. And then like they come back the next day and they're like, where's that snake? Oh, it's on the bottom of my shoe, covered in ants.
Snake is my favorite guy.
The snake, like, I don't know. I think like decorative fruit just makes me a bit mad, you know?
But the fruit is beautiful, bro. Why don't you?
No, because like some people need food. That's like me being like, this is my decorative stack of med kits, and cures for AIDS. This is decorative. Don't touch it.
It is very important to me.
Like I get shot in like the spleen. It's like, oh, we could fix this if we had a med kit. It's like, oh, he's got a ton of those. It's like, no, they're decorative. Don't touch. Also, don't track mud into the room. We only use it like twice a year. I hate the rooms that are like, oh, this is the like decorative living room, you know? Like it's a living room that looks all nice. It's not a living room if you don't go in it ever, you know? It's a dead room.
You know.
You could hide a dead body in that room and the people in the house never know. But that's like, yeah, that's like, because when we used to have a big house, we had this like a couple rooms. We had this like a couple rooms. Yeah, Grant, you're smart. We just had a couple rooms we never went into. And I mean, I could totally just poop, like take an actual human feces inside of that room and no one would find it for like 2 weeks.
Dude, did you just say poop?
You wanna know how I know this?
How did you know this?
My dog did the same thing in like whenever I would see like the poop, because I'm a little gremlin who just runs around the house. It would be hardened to the point of being a rock because it's been there for like 3 weeks on end.
It's kind of yucky, man.
Yeah, you know what else is yucky? The world right now.
Oh,
So
no.
let's read some news stories. We got news story 1, news story 2. Wait, actually, we got a different thing. We got news story 1A, news story 1B, news story 2, news story 3. You can only choose between news story 1. Okay, you can either choose between news story 1A or news story 1B. I will not read. I'm only going to read 3 news stories today, not 4.
I think I'm gonna need to take number 1B.
Okay, clicking on it. I got a really good one in here. The other ones are kind of okay. Kool-Aid man accused of stealing from store with Kool-Aid packet.
Excuse me, what?
Do you want me to read it again?
Yes.
Florida man accused of using Kool-Aid packet to rob store.
I thought you said Kool-Aid Man the first time.
No, Kool-Aid packet. He used the Kool-Aid packet to rob a store.
How? How?
It's not. It sounds cooler than it actually is. Okay, I read through this. Basically, you know how you got like the self-checkout?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he snuck a little Kool-Aid packet in his sleeve. And every time he would check something, like a big thing out, he'd scan the Kool-Aid packet. So his overall total was $1,000, but he scanned the Kool-Aid packet, so everything was worth the Kool-Aid packet. I don't know how he did it. He's a madman. But in the end, something like $999,000 was just limited to $24 with some change. Yeah, do you want to know? Also, he was wanted in Ohio.
Why? He's not much of a Florida man then.
He was wanted in Ohio for battery and assault. Grand Theft Auto.
Hey,
The
what's
cashier
that?
said they noticed him from an earlier experience. That's great. Okay, news story 2 and news story 3.
What's
Choose one. Choose one.
I'm thinking 3.
Okay, one of them is really good. Meet Duke, the butter dog of the butter dog, comma, a historical good boy.
Butter dog!
Butter
Dog
dog.
with the butter on him!
On Thursday afternoon, 1 minute. Let me read through this real quick. On Thursday afternoon, the Stillwater industry decided to collect provisions and dismiss history from communicate. Okay, so basically, there's this dog that works in like the 1930s. Okay, his name's Duke, and this old lady would just watch him. Okay, and he'd run on this big wooden treadmill to turn butter.
It put it on!
He was Butter Dog!
It put it on! Go put it on him.
Yeah, and it's like this really big machine. Like, it's a full setup thing. I'm gonna send you this picture.
He
But,
must
like-
be a very good boy.
He was a good boy. He made butter.
What a dog!
Butter Dog!
Dog with the butter on him.
No, he made the butter for the other Butter Dog.
Butter dog! That is a really large machine.
Yeah,
That would churn butter?
it would churn butter to make butter.
Butter dog!
Butter Dog!
He makes the butter on him.
Okay, new story two. You ready? This one was my favorite for this week, okay? Why are squirrels digging up a man's lawn in Berkeley? Okay. Now,
Okay.
the news story isn't that good. It's just a boring news story, like, oh, the squirrels are digging it because they're not tree squirrels, they're ground squirrels. Okay?
Okay.
But this guy, I was looking through news stories and I saw it. This guy, his quote is amazing. Dear Joan, I just returned from throwing a baseball at a squirrel, viciously digging deep into one of my beautiful lawns. Wait, digging deep into my own beautiful lawn. I'm a bit of an idiot in the brain.
Why do you throw at the squirrel? I mean the rock at the squirrel.
I presumed at first they were digging for nuts they buried in the winter. The problem with that theory was that they were burying it earlier. I would have had noticed them digging in the burial process. Oh my god, Grant. You're an idiot. This is the very first time in 20 plus years squirrels have ever dug on our lawn. Why? Why has he been
What are they
looking at
doing?
his lawn for 20 plus years, inspecting it grain by grain for squirrels?
Why do they do it?
So
Why
I
do the
wonder,
squirrels-
why are they digging now? And what are they looking for? Is this a seasonal phenomenon? They've been at it for 2 weeks straight. I've tried carrying pepper spray, rat poison, and my own urine to no avail. Please
own
help.
urine. His own urine.
His own
That's hot.
urine.
That's hot. Oh my god.
I burst out laughing in my bed when I first read my own urine. So this
His own
dude,
urine.
he sees squirrels are digging in his yard. So he decides to go out and piss on them.
He was feeling lucky.
And he pepper sprayed them? Like, jeez. So, I don't really know why. Basically, they're like ground squirrels. That's it.
But like underground squirrels.
Yeah.
They're
I
like
mean,
cool squirrels.
those are kind of cool. Have you ever seen a white squirrel before? I haven't seen a white squirrel before.
It's like can't say that one. No, I haven't seen white squirrels.
I haven't seen a white squirrel before. I've seen a black squirrel, I've seen a brown squirrel, I've seen a gray squirrel. Never seen a white squirrel. I've seen a red squirrel. I've seen a gold squirrel.
I've seen your mama.
My mom's seen a squirrel. My sister's
Whoa.
seen a squirrel. Bet my dad's seen a squirrel.
I
Bet
bet.
my dad's dad's seen a squirrel before. Yeah, he did.
Uh,
You seen a squirrel?
I think I've seen a squirrel.
How many squirrels have you seen?
At least 5. Like
I've
at
seen-
least 5.
I've seen like 10 squirrels, 20 squirrels. I like looking at squirrels. Little hands, big mouth, big nuts. That came out wrong, but I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah. You know, my dog. Here's something. A few days before Halloween, when I was at my old house, we looked outside and we just saw my dog violently shaking her head. We were like, "What's up with that?" And then we look in her mouth, and she just is biting into a snake and violently ripping it back and forth.
She just hungry.
Yeah, and we were like, "Oh my God, Marley, you're such a good dog." And like, we were scared she got bit, but Yeah, it was cool.
Want to know something interesting?
What?
No one can figure out how eels have sex.
Hmm. I bet it's like really weird.
They just spit at each other.
They use the terrarium dirt rod. Don't ask how. What is the one thing you hate in like soup?
Yo, mom,
She makes good soup, okay? Don't insult my mother. I hate cinnamon in soup.
cinnamon goes in soup? Cinnamon goes on
Yeah.
my mom. That was a joke.
I literally, my mom gave me this pumpkin soup, right? That I asked for. And I said, hey, did you put cinnamon in it? And she said, no, I put nutmeg. And they both taste awful. I hate fall spices. You know that? Fall spices are just awful in my opinion. Like, they taste disgusting. Isn't there like some weird fall latte that people drink?
Yeah.
What's it called?
There's gotta be one.
It's like some...
It's
like,
the Charlie from Dunkin'.
No. It's pumpkin spice. That is disgusting. I hate it.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah, pumpkin spice latte. I heard about it and I was like, oh, I'll try one. Awful. Hated it. Couldn't drink it. Made me feel sick.
Made me feel like Duke, the butter dog.
I just dropped it, got on my treadmill, turned some butter. That's how done I was. I was done.
I just couldn't take it.
In a fit of rage, I just started turning butter. In an immense pace. I burned through the butter with how fast I was turning. It was like, that's how fast I turned the butter.
I am so incredibly quick with butter.
Jake, you know what time it is?
What time is it, Grant?
It's time to end this episode here.
Is it time?
It's time.
Episode?
Time to end.
Podcast episode.
As always, got any shout outs? We got a little bit of time. We got like 1 minute, so give a shout out real quick.
That one guy.
Shout out Black Dungeon. That's cool.
The one guy that went to space. His name is
the Russian?
Neil Armstrong.
Oh.
No.
The cringy one, Neil Armstrong. Okay, yeah.
He's like my guy. Cool. I also like to give a shout out.
Wait, Jake. Yeah! I was gonna say it with me.
Chase. He does Fortnite. He's a bit of a cringe guy. I like to give a shout out.
You play Fortnite? Fortnite is not my content. Like, honestly, I can't bear Fortnite. Like, he makes it bearable. I hate the little gremlins who go up to you and start flop. You know what? Screw it. I'm making this podcast go a little bit longer. I hate the gremlins who go up to you in the supermarket and like,
you wanna see me floss?
And then they do it.
Kids in the supermarket do that to you in Derry?
No, I saw this kid and he was like, can we get some candy? And his dad was like, yeah. And he said, all right. And he started flossing. But yeah, that's how I'm going to end the episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out Neil Armstrong's Twitter, Fantasy Team Black Dungeon. Also, Ninja Who Miner.
No, he's kind of cringe.
Okay, Jake.